The only question about Brock Purdy left is how will he handle the crucible of playoff football? How will he handle it? And in a rain that did subside, his first series was shaky. Is the only way to describe it. Shaky. There were throws that he made that
amped up, man.
They were throws that he made and balls that were floated and misfired that we had not seen in the first few starts from Purdy, and totally understandable. And I thought to myself, we go down the field, we see that, and McCaffrey doesn't touch it, and they have to settle for 3, but at least they get 3. I'm like, that's weird. Why wouldn't McCaffrey touch it? And I think Shanahan wanted to get Purdy settled or unsettled, Purdy settled fast, knowing that Purdy would have to be unsettled to begin with. And a 68-yard rip from Christian McCaffrey on the second series will settle anybody. How about that? McCaffrey's first touch as a 49er in the playoffs goes for 68 yards. Sure. And then he finishes up the drive by sneaking out in the flat. And Purdy makes some nice moves in the pocket to get free in order to find him. And then he got settled in. And then there was a drive that happened, about 3-4 drives in, that Purdy started making all the throws. All of them. And I thought to myself, this is the moment you're going to look back and say we've settled in. Now, Shanahan and the 49ers, it got dicey at one point right around halftime. Words that should never be said anymore, and I don't understand it, when kickers have such howitzers, they can get it through an end zone anywhere. It doesn't have to be altitude or anything else. But squib kicks should never happen anymore again.
You hate squib kicks.
I do, because you give a team an opportunity. You squib it, and you give them the ball around the 25 or 30. That means it's just one 20-yard play can get them in field goal range. And sure enough, Geno Smith scrambles and then gets hit after Jimmy Ward hits him as he scrambles, and the Seahawks take the lead at halftime. The score is 17-16. But then to start that second half, it was a 13-play, 75-yard drive, and Purdy made all the throws. And they took a lead 23-17. And then got a defensive play. Fumble, Bosa recovers, and then the boat race was on after that. And Purdy wound up with 300 yards passing and one on the ground. And at the end of the day, the San Francisco 49ers, as it is right now, the 23 points, as it is right now as we go into Monday Night Football, the 23 points that they gave up is the best that we've seen yet, right? And you've also seen the 49ers, when it's all said and done, get 300 yards passing from Purdy, 3 touchdowns passing from Purdy, 1 on the ground from Brock Purdy. They get 133 yards from Deebo Samuel and a touchdown. They get 119 yards from Christian McCaffrey and a receiving touchdown. They get a defensive fumble recovery from the defensive player of the year in Bosa. They get a second half comeback win, which technically was because they were down at halftime, and they get a divisional round playoff game. They're set. Obviously, other teams won this weekend, but just in terms of other teams that won this weekend, they're set. That was neat. And they emerged healthy, it seems, right? Am I mistaken on that?
I think you're right.
Seems that they emerged healthy from that.
I mean, Deebo looked unstoppable.
Sorry, the Bengals gave up just 17, but Deebo looked great.
Unstoppable.
He showed up in the way that we saw Deebo from last year's playoffs show up. Purdy, in his first game, got rid of the jitters and then looked terrific. LeBron's tweeting about him. He's feeling it.
He didn't have to really make any throws, though. He wasn't asked to really win the game. He threw a couple of short passes, and guys took it to the house.
But he also made some of these throws, too. That drive to start the third quarter, I mean, stuff could have gone sideways there. If the Seahawks had gotten the ball back in a way that, say, the Jaguars did, right?
True.
I mean, that thing could have gone sideways. But instead, that drive was just huge because it settled him in as well. You know, Purdy got a 3-yard run to get the first down on that one. He found Kittle for 23 yards on 2nd and 10 when they were seemingly behind the sticks there. Then he went on a 3rd and 7, found Debo for 21 yards to get a first down. McCaffrey went up the middle 4 straight times, and then Purdy's the one who shoved it in the end zone to wrap it up. That was a drive. Then after the fumble, when it was 23-17, Purdy turned the first turnover of the postseason into points. You know, McCaffrey did a lot of the work, but then he found Jawan Jennings for 33 yards in the 7, and then Elijah Mitchell for the touchdown. Purdy found him. Nice and settled down. So they got that out of the way, and I don't think anybody's going to think he's going to get rattled from here on out. At least you never know. Might take on the Niners. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.